So, the second season of the hit Netflix series Sex Education is coming out on January 17th. Are you waiting for it to come out? Did you know that the show was watched by 40 million accounts within a month of the first season's release? But while there are still a few days to go, let's talk about Asa Butterfield, the actor who plays Otis Milburn. Did he miss out on a career-defining role? What does he like to do almost more than playing in movies? Stay with me to find out why Asa Butterfield could drop acting at any moment. But before we find this out, subscribe to CurioSips, leave a thumbs up, and share this video with your friends. Would you ever think that a show about a group of students and their sexual experiences could actually live up to the title and be educational? The Netflix show Sex Education takes a look at the lives of teens within a rural community in England as they discover the area of sexuality and romance, while subtly highlighting the need for a better sex ed syllabus in real-life schools. But in this video, I'll tell you all about the main character. Who's the actor that plays the main role of Otis Milburn? Asa Butterfield was born on April 1, 1997 in Islington, London. His mom, Jacqueline Farr, is a psychologist, and his father, Sam Butterfield, is an advertising copywriter. Asa grew up in two houses in London because his parents split up when he was young, but fortunately they stayed in really good relations. They even lived only a few miles away from each other, so Asa and his brother spent equal time with both parents. They also have half-sisters from both sides of the family, and they get along as well. This guy honestly got really lucky. When did it all start for him? Asa Butterfield got involved in the acting business when he was a kid, and he wasn't even old enough to know what he wanted to do in the future. When he was around 6 or 7, he joined a drama group, the Young Actors Theatre in Islington, which he attended on Friday afternoons after school. This boy was already busy when he was little, but because of that, when he was still in primary school, he got a part in an ITV Christmas drama called After Thomas. Later, he secured a role in the television coming-of-age drama Son of Rambo, but he only had a few lines there. But that really didn't matter, because starting in 2008, Asa was cast only in the lead roles. In 2008, when he was 10 years old, Asa got the main role in the Holocaust drama The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. The movie, based on a book by John Boyne, told the story of two boys in the 1930s, one of them Jewish, the other one not, as they formed an unusual friendship through the fence of a concentration camp. Spoiler alert, the movie has an unhappy ending. The director, Mark Herman, said that they came across Asa very early in the audition process and his performance was outstanding. It turned out that Butterfield was exactly what they were looking for. It's because they were searching for someone who had a lot of innocence and didn't know much about what happened during the Holocaust. Asa admitted that the way he portrayed the boy was because he was very young and naive at the time. He said now he remembers only bits of that job, but what stuck with him were the parts that were the hardest. When he was on the set, he was always accompanied by his parents or grandparents. He says that he doesn't remember this now, but his mom told him that after he finished that job, he said that he didn't want to be an actor anymore. But a few years later, in 2010, he was back on the movie set. He had a small part in the fantasy movie called The Wolfman. Why did Asa decide to go back into acting? He says that it's because he did it for fun, and of course because he didn't have to be in school. Instead, he could be in Budapest or wherever. At the time, Asa was at secondary school, and he admitted that everybody was super supportive. What did other children think of him being an actor? Well, kids definitely can be cruel, but he was lucky and surrounded himself with good people. It's the teachers that made a bigger deal out of it, and they treated him almost too well. How did Butterfield's school experience compare to that of Otis? There were some similarities, like school assemblies and listening to the headmaster rambling. Did he also want to be that quiet guy that no one really knows? He was kind of in the middle. He wasn't the loud one in class, nor the quiet one. And while Asa isn't as awkward as Otis, he relates to him in other ways. Otis is a bit of an outsider, but he's very observant, patient, and he's a good listener. And Asa likes to think that he's also like that. Another thing is that his mom is a psychologist, while Otis' mom is a sex therapist. Okay, these are kinda two different things, but still. And well, Asa's real mom isn't as dominating, sneaky, and invasive as Jean is. How was it to work with Gillian Anderson as his on-screen mom? Asa revealed that Gillian was a lot of fun to work with because she doesn't take herself too seriously. That's why he felt very comfortable around her. This is probably what helped them find a nice dynamic in their mother-son relationship, which felt very natural. In the first season, Otis and his mom started drifting apart and their relationship became more complicated. But besides The Boy in the Striped Pajamas, another one of Asa's important movies was Martin Scorsese's Hugo, in which he played when he was 13. This was the movie that made him seriously think about acting as a career and not just doing it for fun. Even after his first couple of films, he didn't think it would be something that he would like to be doing for the rest of his life. But on the set of Hugo, he decided that he could do it. Butterfield impressed critics with his role as an orphan and easily carried the movie even though he was only 13. In 2014, in the coming-of-age British drama X + Y, released in the US as A Brilliant Young Mind, Butterfield was cast as a mathematical genius on the autism spectrum who has to face his fears to compete in the International Math Olympiad. The movie premiered at the 2014 Toronto International Film Festival and received great reviews from the critics and even got Asa a BIFA Award for Best Actor. Did you know that Asa Butterfield had a chance to play a really iconic character? In 2015, he was in the running for the role of the new Spider-Man. Among the candidates on the shortlist, there were Nat Wolff, Tom Holland, Timothée Chalamet, and Liam James. But it was Asa who was rumored to be the frontrunner to play Peter Parker in the MCU. Unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, the rumors turned out to be false, and it was Tom Holland who was cast as the lead character in Spider-Man Homecoming. Back then, people said that Asa missed out on a career-defining role. But then came 2018 and Butterfield was cast in the main role in the Netflix series. Apparently, everything really does happen for a reason, right? Besides acting, Asa enjoys making and producing music. He even released a mashup of the songs Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus and Making Plans for Nigel by XTC. He's also a big gamer, and it's actually a huge passion of his, and a lot of his closest friends are from the gaming world. In 2012, Asa co-designed a turn-based video game for iPad with his dad and brother called Racing Blind. Did you know that Butterfield goes to professional tournaments sometimes? In 2017, he took part in the Nintendo World Championships, but he was eliminated early in the Invitational. He loves to play Super Smash Bros. And has even signed with the esports team Panda Global under the tag Stimpy. His first appearance with the organization was at Genesis 6, a series of Super Smash Bros. Tournaments in San Francisco. You can actually see how much Asa likes gaming on his Instagram. He often posts photos of him unboxing new control pads or sitting hunched in front of a keyboard at an esports event. Even though he played alongside Emma Thompson, Keanu Reeves, Anne Hathaway, Gillian Anderson, and worked with Martin Scorsese, it's pro gamers who have always impressed him the most. He says that he just loves the whole gaming world, the competition, and the pace of the games. As an actor, the work is often slow, so he likes the way the high energy of gaming is the opposite of that. And even though Asa thinks that acting is great, he's not sure if it's the job that will be satisfying his soul all the time. Although Butterfield at one point said acting was something he could do for the rest of his life, he said that he could easily interrupt it and do other things. Besides that, he doesn't really like to talk about the job because he feels like people put him on a pedestal when they ask him about work-related stuff. But he claims that this feeling only comes from his humbleness. What will the second season of Sex Education be about? Otis will be in a kind of love triangle with his girlfriend Ola and his old flame Maeve, and some things will go very wrong. There will be a chlamydia outbreak in school. A new student will arrive. There will be new relationships, complicated family dynamics, and in general school-related issues. Are you looking forward to that? Asa Butterfield must be a really talented guy because almost all his movies get great reviews. I really hope that the second season of Sex Education will live up to the expectations. What do you think about Asa's passion? Do you think that he could really drop acting for gaming? And most importantly, are you excited about the new season of Sex Education? Leave your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with Curiosips. Also, like the video and share it with your friends who are also waiting for the new series. See you next time.